All right, welcome back to Bold Will Hold, the Bluebird podcast. Today you got a different little bit of a location. We're in the back room of the tattoo shop. We decided to switch it up a little bit, show off how pink it is back here, like our personalities, nice and bubbly. But yeah, to the right of me we got Haley, and to the left of me we got Britton. Today we got some fun topics that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about tattoos and entertainment. So yeah, that'll be our first topic. Then we're gonna go into tattoo and horror stories, or tattoo horror stories, such as like bad client stuff like that. Summertime and tattoos. We're gonna go over things, do's and don'ts. There's definitely some important things that we want to go over, and then just some upcoming events that we might have coming up. We got some guest spots that we're gonna address and other cool events. But yeah. So let's start off with tattoos and entertainment. Yeah. Who wants to start off on that one?
Well, Brandon brought it up.
Yeah, I was
No.
watching. Oh no.
Cracker down.
Yeah, crackers are down.
Well,
They're gone for.
Actual crackers, not white people.
Yeah, no, I saw this one artist though. She was talking about how the entertainment industry portrays tattoos typically in a negative light. Usually in movies or shows, the character is like, gang member or something like that, and
general piece of shit.
yeah, general POS. So is interesting. So I was kind of gonna get your guys' opinion on if you feel like that's true in the entertainment industry, not true, or if it's necessary to help portray those characters.
I feel like even if a good guy character is portrayed with tattoos, it's with something like his army badge or his, something that like makes him heroic or her heroic in some way.
I'm trying to think of like some good characters right now that have tattoos.
Like I'm picturing like, what's that dude's name? Jason Statham. Is that the bald guy that's in like the same type of movie over and over and over again?
Yep, but he always has just like military type tattoos. Or just like skulls or mercenary tattoos.
Right.
But no, you never see like, oh yeah, hey, that's a badass traditional eagle, or that's a really cool rose, or
doesn't was it Jason Momoa or The Rock? One
yeah,
of them,
I have
one
seen.
Of them covered.
Yeah, they both are.
Yeah, but
they're
both,
cultural tattoos.
Yeah, they're.
But do they have their tattoos in their movies?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Mickey Rourke played a tattoo artist in The Expendables.
Oh, that's another thing to bring up. How tattoo artists are portrayed.
Yeah,
because they're always portrayed as these, like, got a cigarette in their mouth. They're going at it like these hard.
It looks like it's always like a 90s theme shop.
Yeah.
I don't
know. For real.
Health violations in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. They're, like, tattooing a 13-year-old boy.
Fucking son.
Cobra Kai, the kid gets his back tattooed.
At 15.
At 15.
The Hangover, one of the Hangovers, they walk into the shop in Bangkok.
Well, that's Bangkok. That could be realistic.
Hey.
I've seen tattoo shops.
That was found footage.
I've seen tattoo shops in other countries, and it's on par. Now I'm talking like Haiti, like not like your.
Yeah, I've seen some in Europe
like,
that are really nice. There are some really good ones in Europe.
But yeah, no. And then you look at like, for instance, Flea in the movie Son-in-Law. You pick it, I stick it.
Yep.
Dude, that's such a classic.
Oh my
one.
God, I forgot
smiley
about
face
that.
tattooed on his forehead. Oh yeah, that's.
And
a
he's
good
such
one.
an asshole too. They portray him as being such a jerk. I watched that recently, and I was like, that is not how tattoo shops are anymore.
But I feel like that's what gives customers and clients like this.
Almost like cool vibe, but not cool vibe.
but no, like for
That we're
an
standoffish.
intimidation factor.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Like, what are you gonna expect? And like, 9 times out of 10, you look at me and you're like, "What the fuck?" And then it's just like I'm
you open your mouth
dancing,
and yeah,
and fucking saying dad jokes and shit. Like I'm the biggest teddy bear you ever met, but you know, you look
The
at
only
me,
thing you'll find hanging out of my mouth is a Red Bull. No cigs.
yeah.
We were talking
that
about
would be an accurate portrayal of a tattoo artist. They go into the shop, it's clean, and they're just drinking way too much entirely of caffeine.
Yeah.
Some related caffeine source.
It's like those beer helmets, but with just Red Bull coming down into our mouth.
Or in Cheyenne's
Bull
case, just
sponsor
Alani.
This
Red Bull sponsor.
this podcast, please.
Red Bull, give me free things.
I can try and make it happen.
Hey, you never know. Stranger things have happened.
We got a response on Malort.
I mean, hey.
It's true.
Sponsor our podcast before we.
Ugh, I hate
Hey,
Malort.
here I am,
It's
though.
pretty good,
I'm
though.
just saying,
It's
though. I
pretty
mean, you look at companies like Villain Arts. They got Monster coming to every one of their events. Where you at, Red Bull? Let's get in the tattoo game. I can help you.
I guarantee a lot more tattooers are drinking Red Bull than Monster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's sterile and I like the taste.
Oh,
Monster's more like the
There it
motocross
is.
scene.
Yeah.
Well, Monster's more like for the guys named Kyle.
And
I
they're
don't know, dude.
definitely
Have you
named
seen
Kyle.
Red Bull's
yeah.
commercials?
Yeah.
We're gonna have a guy base jump from the moon.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we don't want to get crazy with it. We just want to stay awake.
Yeah. Red Bull does give me wings. That gives me the energy to get through every tattoo.
So then, let me add this.
Tastes
then.
good.
After staying up all night drawing.
Literally.
Which is something we wanted to talk
Right.
about on the podcast.
There you go. Yeah.
That's another
That, like,
thing.
people think that, like, our job is just glorious and tons of fun and we just fuck off all day. I mean, it has its pluses and minuses of, like, when we get to fuck off, but our job never ends. Like, when we walk out the door, you got another 6 hours of work to do at home.
You're drawing, you're going through your emails, you're going through your DMs, you're redrawing because you went back and you hated how it looked, so you're redrawing it all. You sent a design to a client and they decide they want to change the entire thing about it, so you're drawing even more. And then you fall asleep, wake back up, repeat.
But yeah, so... But tattoos even in sports, like, I mean, it drives me nuts, like, seeing all these public figures having millions of dollars at their disposal.
Oh, and they get bad
And they have
tattoos.
terrible
And they have bad
tattoos.
tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber, look at him, dude. You're going to tell me he is not a G, he's not loaded, and he's got some of the trashiest tattoos
You know
I've ever
what,
seen?
though? Sometimes I wonder, it's kind of wild. I bet you he probably still pays a fortune for those
Yeah.
tattoos. There are certain artists out there that have a weird celebrity clientele and shouldn't be charging the rates that they charge and are charging astronomically for work that is just not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, look at Post Malone. I mean...
Some of his tattoos are a bomb, though.
Yeah, some
He's
of
got
them
some
are
crazy good, like, portraits
awesome.
and stuff.
But then there's some that he just walked into a street shop and was just like, didn't even look at the work and was just like, yeah, tattoo this, freehand
But
this.
how many tattoo artists do you know that have shitty tattoos, too? And they're constantly surrounded by the opportunity to get better work on them.
100%. I mean, that's why, like, for instance, when I got tattooed by Sketchy, he's just like, you're rare, dude. He's like, you're, like, actually collecting. He's like, most people just get excited and start covering their body with their homies from their shop, and then they don't have room for
That's me.
bigger collector pieces, you know.
I'm a
and-
homie shop hopper.
Hey, but that's fine.
At
And
least
that's
I know
cool.
the work I'm getting is quality work, though.
My homies got my legs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think
Everyone
the
in this
difference
shop's
is, like,
tattooed
it's
my
cool to
leg.
get tattooed by your homies. But it's important to, like, wait and make sure that the work that they're doing is reputable.
Sponsorship.
I love this.
If we get sponsored by
I
Red
will.
Bull,
That
You
will
wanna- you wanna know
be.
what's sad? You want to know what one of the easiest sponsorships to get your hands on is? Fleshlight.
Oh, I bet.
they pay for all of
Do you
our
think they
conventions.
can
I mean,
What are fleshlights made out of?
Shadow Legends,
Dude, we could
Hello
tattoo
Fresh.
fleshlights and be
Slide.
sponsored by them.
Hold on, slide the other way, other way. Yep, there you
Right
go.
around the corner. If they're made out of silicone, we could tattoo them.
Yeah. Dude,
And then we
that'd
could
be
be
so...
sponsored by
Tattoo
them.
Come on.
flashlights.
Bedazzle your vajazzle. Come on.
We're gonna make everyone, instead of the Labubu
Yeah, we got
thing, it's gonna be...
Labubu.
La
It's
Boo
gonna...
It's the Hulk girl line of flashlights.
Yeah.
And no more Labubus. Put your fleshlight on
Hey,
our designer
that's a niche.
handbag.
We resell them. That's a niche clientele right there.
Fleshlight X Bluebird.
I want to see fleshlights hanging off Gucci bags, okay?
We start making little keychains. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, man.
Where'd you get your flashlight? Lover's Lane? Nah, Bluebird.
This crazy collaboration.
We
Joke's
compare.
on
We'll pair with.
This is why the
Chris
entertainment
Gifford, and he
industry
compares them.
portrays us the way they do.
Yep. And yeah, 100%. Chris Gifford, hop in on this. Pierce them with
You
us.
could pierce them.
Yeah.
Oh.
There we
Get
go.
it, get it to match your ladies.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so then with
Man, that was way off topic, but I love it.
so then with like movies portraying tattoo artists, like how do you feel about like the portrayal of when someone walks into a tattoo parlor and like everyone looks up, it's like all bikers.
Yeah, literally. That's like the common
Accurate
portrayal.
90s representation.
But to be fair, on a Saturday, you get an 80-year-old woman walking in the front door.
They
you
look
can
at
hear
us
a
like
fucking
that.
dime drop because we all look back at her, and that's when they do the very slow Homer Simpson, I'm gonna back out into the bushes thing. They're like, yep, this isn't the nail salon.
Yeah, we meant to
Yeah.
go next door, actually.
It's my favorite.
I'd push for it. I'd be like, no, come on in.
Oh, I try.
Yeah.
I try. I'm like, come on.
They look like we're all about to mug her or something.
You know, occasionally we get like an old grandpa that's going to the nail salon too, and he
Yeah.
walks in here, he's like, wait a minute, this isn't right.
Or we get the husbands of the guys who are married and their wives are in the nail salon, and they will like pace back and forth in front of our door a few times before finally walking in to talk about a tattoo.
Excuse me.
That's happened so many times.
That's pretty cool.
They're like, yeah, my wife's next door getting her nails done, and I watched them walk across the front door like multiple times before
Debating.
coming in. They're like, come on, you can do it, come on.
That's why I'm super excited and I'm so ready for our sign from Hereford to get here. But he got an awesome opportunity to go overseas.
He's
a
overseas?
in Denmark.
Really?
Yeah, he's doing a
Dang.
tattoo convention with Dana Brunson.
That's really cool.
That is cool.
So
Very
yeah, I don't
cool.
care that it's not done. Or
Man, he's
not
got to be
here
having
yet.
such a good
Yeah.
time.
Dude, he got to meet the lead singer of Oasis yesterday.
That's
Oh.
cool.
Yeah, and he also got to see Oasis live. Super cool.
Yeah. That's
Love you,
awesome
Hereford.
for
Yeah,
him.
I wonder why.
Yeah, Hereford has like the coolest hand painted signs.
Dude, around.
But yeah, no, it's definitely very interesting to see how they portray us on TV. But I think they just try to give it the creepy 90 bikers vibes, like Burning Image, like
why
when I
It's
used
so-
to work.
still like that?
Yeah, but it's so highly inaccurate
Because
now
it's still so fucking cool, though.
But
It looks
tattoos
cool.
are like normalized. You see
That's what I'm saying.
cutesy like girly pop girls walking down the street fully tatted. They're not like
You
gonna
know,
beat the
that
fuck
would
out
be
of- I
pretty
mean, they could.
hysterical though, like for a Seth Rogen movie to have like a tattoo setting how it is now. I feel like he could do wonders with a tattoo setting now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure.
But I
don't
get where
know.
Jordan's coming from because the 90s scene, it just has, it's like Cobra Kai. Like the whole setting is like that
It adds to the
genre
plot
of, like,
somehow.
Dude,
classic
the
rock,
whole
you know?
the whole tattoo industry has completely fucking flipped. Like we did Cincinnati, and I'm not joking you.
There were more female artists there.
Dudes were the minority there. There were more
Give me
female
it.
tattooers than there were male tattooers at that tattoo convention.
I
It
mean, we don't
blew
know
my-
if that's true, but
I mean,
but it
from
felt that
what-
way.
from
It
what
felt that
looked
way.
like, there were a lot, like, the abundance of female tattooers, but you know what? Have you seen a movie with a female fucking tattooer in it yet? Nope.
No.
Like, why aren't they giving female tattooers an option to be in movies
Right,
too? You
so
know
that's
what I'm
my
saying?
thing is,
Well, and
Like-
even
have
tattoo
somebody
magazines.
gone into the industry and say, hey, we can't represent this. Like, they're not doing their fucking due diligence.
Yeah,
Right,
you're making
right.
us look like a fucking joke.
They haven't since the 90s.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like they have yet to send a new person in there and be like, we need you to, like, what is the tattoo field like now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably because every person directing movies now is some old ass dude who has never gotten a tattoo in his life.
Shane's gonna get blamed for those crackers. I'm kidding. But yeah, no. No one knows. No one knows. But yeah, no, it's very interesting on why they won't do stuff like that, like they'll put millions of dollars into AI and other bullshit, but they won't do a little bit of research on a background scene that they'll use for an important, like, because like I feel like there's a lot of movies now that, like, even like CSI or like TV shows that they're like, oh yeah, because now that they can reference where someone gets a tattoo and figure out if they were there, you know, like who did the tattoo, you know what I'm saying? And it helps solve crimes. So they use tattoo shops a lot in television that they really should, like, give an updated.
Yeah, and maybe don't portray it
Image.
as this dirty, dingy garage that's
Yeah.
Granted,
definitely
those
not.
shops are still out there, but it's not the majority,
That's not the
and
norm.
it's not the shops that most people are going to.
But I guess, I mean, like all things in the entertainment, it's for entertainment. No one
Yeah.
wants to see a boring tattoo shop. They want to see a tattoo shop where the dude is shirtless and is covered in piercings and
Oh, trust me,
Is an
once I get my
alligator.
back done, I'm gonna start tattooing shirtless all the time. I can't fucking
you need
wait.
to wear hair nets on your nipples or
No,
something.
just on my nipple. Yeah, right.
I think that's like just like a fishnet bra.
Nah, dog, I'll have Laura wax me. It'll be Gucci.
It's gonna be
Nair,
like that. What's
Nair,
that?
we can-
40-year-old virgin.
Yeah, we could even do a Nair episode here, Nair. You want to sponsor us?
Let's go there.
Here today, gone tomorrow.
My buddy the Yeti gave me this new shampoo. It's called Nair.
So, okay, well then to add in to the movie industry, we'll go in with like, you were talking about The Hangover. You remember when he woke up with a tattoo on
Yeah,
his
the
face?
Mike Tyson tat.
Which,
Yeah.
like, nowadays, a tattoo artist wouldn't tattoo you if you were that fucked up.
No.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Well, apparently in Bangkok they will.
Yeah.
In Bangkok, they will. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they don't care.
To be fair, when we tattooed in Chicago, we were open till 4 a.m. We were right next to a fucking bar. People came in hammered, and we were
Gotta make your
tattooing
money.
the fuck out of them. But in Illinois, it doesn't matter. You can tattoo people if they're drunk. Like, they just have to sign the waiver, but...
Well, yeah, anywhere. You could technically anywhere tattoo someone drunk as long as they're signing it over.
But, like, would you want to?
But you don't
You
want
know,
to,
like,
yeah.
if you
If you
like,
care about the
generally,
quality of your
conventions are a
work.
little bit different, but, like, when you're at your shop and you're booking these clients ahead of time, and your client came in drunk, would you tattoo them?
No, but I'm talking...
When he
This
was in
was
Chicago.
this was a street shop where literally the bar was touching us, and
Oh,
they
gotcha.
would walk in because all we pretty much did at that shop was flash off the walls. It was known as like a Sailor Jerry's Flash, like a traditional street shop, and all we did was we didn't do a majority of custom stuff. We just did what was on the walls. We picked it off
So,
out of the books.
In
and
a way,
just
would you say that's
added it.
safer? Because then that person can just say, ooh, yeah, that, instead of going, give me a penis with this person's name in it.
100%. But
So-
there was always the rose. You look at 90% of traditional tattoos, and they got a banner.
Oh, yeah. With someone's name in
And
it.
someone wants something put in that fucking banner. That's how we customized it. Was we would, just switch up the name for them, But that's what people liked, 15 years ago. Like, they were just into that shit. And Chicago, there was just a big turn up for traditional style tattoos like that. But yeah, if people were drunk, my boss didn't give a fuck. He was like, let's run it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He looked at it as dollar signs, but hey,
Guess it's a
I looked at it
Yeah,
as
I was just about to
I
say,
looked
so
at it as
clearly
a fucking
tattoo
learning
artists.
experience because now when people are moving, I know how to fucking work with them because I tattooed quite a few drunk people because I was 4 p.m. to 4 a.m.
That's insane.
was my shift.
Tattooing drunk people, though, can be difficult for other reasons, though.
Right.
The
I
bleeding.
was gonna say, how did that go?
Okay,
Yeah.
so the bleeding doesn't really start, like, it's usually
You
the
know,
night
how
before.
long have they been drinking for? You
Right,
don't know.
but usually the night before or several hours before you will notice. But if they started drinking like maybe an hour before,
No.
it's not going to thin out your blood that quick. It takes time to get your blood alcohol content, like, for it all to.
Yeah, I think that's my concern with people drinking beforehand is, yeah, I could care less if, like, the person, like, feels a certain way while they're getting tattooed, if that's helping them through their tattoo. But my thing is you're paying this money for a tattoo. Why would you not want it to heal well? Why would you not want it to look good? That's like buying a brand new car off the lot and then trying to do donuts in the parking lot with it and then get upset
100%.
when you blow your tires, you know?
Yeah, and I totally agree, but that's the difference between having an appointment booked and just being at a shop, in the early 2000s where you just, drinking was right there, so they didn't, times are different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Times
saying?
are different.
Times are different. Let's just fucking put it that way. Times are different.
Okay.
I mean, now, it's frowned upon to, like, you feel bad tattooing someone who's fucking sloshed out of their mind. I wouldn't do it now, but back in the day, everybody was doing it, so it was okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay, but now I mean, there was that guy at the Chicago convention that challenged me. He was pretty
Schmammered.
well off.
Well,
Yeah. Oh
Not
wait,
so
you
much
weren't
hammer.
there. He was, or were you there? The Felix the Cat dude.
Under the
Nah.
influence.
Yes, it was mostly that.
Yeah, but, like, I mean, he knew what he was doing though.
he did.
And there's a difference. You could tell when someone is making, like, if they know what they're doing versus, like, oh my god, I'm sloppy drunk, then I would not do tattoo. Like, if he was like, oh, yeah, it'd be a different
Have you
story.
guys had a client that has come in so messed up that you just, like, had an awful experience tattooing
Yeah.
them? A horrible time.
No, because I would tell him to fuck off.
See, I
See,
haven't,
I didn't
but
know
I've
my client
witnessed
was
it.
messed up until halfway through the tattoo.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Spill the deets.
Yeah, spill the deets.
We-
Hold
Give us
on.
the
Don't
story.
say names.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
don't
will.
say
Come up with a
specific
name.
tattoo.
Yeah,
No,
don't
I-
say
I-
design or names. Whatever.
Jimifer.
Jimifer.
Let's
Jimifer.
call him Mohammed.
Yeah, so this client came in for their tattoo, and, like, setting the stencil up, all that was fine. We start tattooing. The first hour was fine. They were chill, like, just vibing. And then we take the first break, and I was like, we'll take a 10-minute break, give you a chance to, like, stretch, whatnot.
Disappeared for a half hour.
Yeah.
Right? Is this the same one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know
And then
this
when they
story.
came back, it was like tattooing a whole different person. They started twitching, moving.
Oh, no.
And then they took a break. They took another break.
And that second break was like an hour and a half long break.
Yeah, come on back. But that's when we fucking knew it was done and over, because I knew she was getting fucked, or he or she was getting fucked up, because in between our building here, there's like parking spots at the end.
Uh-huh.
This person parked all the way down at the end in between the two buildings, so we wouldn't see what they were doing in between the appointments.
Smart.
Yeah, smart drug addict.
Except for we pay fucking attention
Right.
around here, because I noticed it.
Except for we're
It
not
didn't
the
help.
one
It
on
didn't help
drugs.
that person because they came back in and they couldn't sit through the tattoo. They were constantly moving, struggling. Like, can we put numbing cream on? Can we do this? Their pain tolerance dropped significantly.
And I say that with smoking weed too. Like people
Yeah,
think
it'll intensify it.
people think like, oh, I'm gonna smoke weed, it'll take the pain away. Yo, you smoke weed, what do you want to do? You want to eat food. Why? Because it tastes better, right? Because everything is like a little more.
Everything's heightened.
Exactly.
You feel
So
things
what
a
the
little
hell do you
more.
think's gonna happen when you smoke weed and you're getting needles stabbed
I
into
try
you?
and tell
It's
people
gonna
this
be
all
heightened.
the time. Like, it's just gonna make
Yeah.
you feel worse.
I feel like it slows down times and it gets you.
I wanna. Can we give Chris the mic so he can talk about that one
Yeah.
kid
Chris,
he
hold on, we're gonna
tattooed?
have a guest spot, guest appearance.
Get in there.
Chris, you
We're
on the podcast.
Sit.
not using names though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no names.
Do you remember that we're talking about client horror stories?
Okay.
It's okay.
You can hold it.
Yeah, it'll hear you. I got it pretty hot.
Here, hold on. I got you.
There
Okay.
you go.
Sorry.
We're talking
Okay, cool.
client horror stories, but specifically what reminded me, which is why I said, was because of that one client. I think it was like my first year here, who was dropped off by their dad. You remember who I'm talking about?
He
Paper
clearly
towels.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was that person was dropped off by her dad?
No,
Oh, different person.
different person.
Oh.
And literally just like midway, took a break every few minutes, and then just literally walked out and left. And their dad came back and was like,
Oh, yes.
where is this person? And then
Yeah.
they were gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, didn't they walk home?
They went somewhere.
We
We
don't
never.
know. But it was
They just left.
But anyway, you could tell that story.
You just told it.
Well, no, there's.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. I thought you were talking about.
Chris, you've had a few clients
Yeah, I have
that
so
are.
many. I got confused on.
Yeah.
I have some.
Your most recent one
Oh, you got a
with
recent?
with their friend that would come in and hang out with them and watch, and she was
the
a
screamer.
lot, yeah, the screamer.
Yeah, I don't know if she was on drugs or anything, but I've definitely had some characters.
What's the paper towel story? I don't know that story.
I have one customer who definitely has a drug problem, but she would come in and, because I guess she sweated profusely, so she would line the table with paper towels. She would ball them up and put them in her armpits. She would take like 2 rolls of our paper towels. It was ridiculous.
What?
Yeah.
How do I
She
not
was
know
covered.
about this?
Yeah. Well,
Poor lady.
she has many stories. She's the one that multiple times wrecked her car on the way to her tattoo appointment. And I would call her a liar, except she would come in, a week later and be all fucked up. Like, how many fucking cars do you have?
Yeah, no kidding. What are you doing?
Is this the same client that I had?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So do you have anyone that like specifically pops out as like the worst one? That like
Yeah.
Regardless of drug or
That one's up
being
there.
under the influence.
That one's up there for sure. But yeah, I've had some winners. So I mean, I love all my customers. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah, I didn't even know about the paper towel lady. I was thinking of the kid that he came in, but he was like I don't know. He would he'd like just kind of get up without saying anything.
Yeah, I know who you're talking. I know exactly who you're talking about. He did. I think he had a drug problem at the time. I don't know what ever happened.
But I remember something about maybe he had just gotten out of like rehab or jail potentially.
Yes,
So there was obviously already a struggle going on.
Yeah,
there.
I think he had. I don't want to get into it, but I think he had an altercation with the police.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But I remember I would walk up front, see you tattooing, and then all of a sudden you'd be like middle of the line, and he'd be like,
Yep. Yep.
he wouldn't say anything.
Man, I remember this one time.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
was-
I was like, okay.
I remember this one time I was tattooing. I think I was still an apprentice, and I was still in the little room, and Jay had a client, and this kid was getting. It was a cool tattoo. It was a wolf, and it was like maybe that big, and he was getting on the top of his thigh, and my client's like getting like a full like inner forearm piece. And this kid, the first line that Jay does, you don't hear a lot of people scream in the shop very often. You like really don't. Like once in a blue moon. And this kid at the top of his lungs was giving everything he got when Jay did that first line, acting like he was digging into him with a real knife.
I don't even know if I get like upset about that. I just feel like awful. Like what if this hurts that bad? I'm
makes
like,
it a
I
bad
feel,
experience
yeah, I
for
feel
the
terrible,
artist,
like
for sure.
continuing,
Yeah.
but I don't want to leave you with a half-done tattoo either.
Right. It makes it really hard to finish a tattoo when you see a client struggle
Yeah.
like that.
I just recently had a
You want
client
to
that
like
was
look for ways to like get it done quicker than.
Right.
yeah, which
yeah.
could compromise the quality,
quality
of
of
the
it,
work
yeah.
too, because you're
So
cutting
then,
cordings.
What do you guys do to really console them? Like, you know, I mean,
Give
you
them,
really can't,
give them
but-
water,
yeah.
snacks, distractions.
It depends like where you're at in the
Smack 'em around a
tattoo.
little.
Just knock them out cold.
Yeah.
Get
And
a
then
hold of
just-
yourself.
Yeah, if it's towards the end of the tattoo, I mean, you really try to like talk them through it. I
Yeah.
feel like
That's really
You
that's
know.
what you do. You talk them through it.
Just-
you lie and say we got 5 more minutes for about,
Yeah.
about a half
You
an
do
hour.
that all the time. You're
Yeah.
you're like 10 more minutes,
I
brother,
think we're
and it's
notorious.
like
I'm
another
sure
hour.
every single one of my clients could probably call me out for saying you've told me 10 more minutes
Yes.
10 times.
There's a secret. Tattoo time is different than normal people.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I get that.
Just recently, I had a client that was very uncomfortable during their tattoo, and at one point, I think we had 3 other artists around that client trying to calm him down, so I could
Was
keep
that the
working.
one I was here for?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was a
The
lot.
worst is definitely when they're blubbering. When they're like, snot. That makes it really hard.
See, that's rough.
Especially
Yeah.
when it's a guy.
Oh, yeah.
It was a really big guy.
Yeah. Sometimes they're
He's calling for
the
his mommy.
worst.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, I believe
The
it,
big dudes that are yadded up, they're like the... worst
I
is
can think of a couple instances where it's been like a couple getting a tattoo, and the girl will go first, and she sits like a champ,
Yeah, and then the guy
motionless,
gets all
and the guy's
cocky.
like, "I got this."
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm big bravado guy, you know, I got this." First line, they're like, "This kind of hurts.
Yeah.
It hurt a little bit."
And then the girlfriend looks around the room at everyone like, I'm going to break up with this guy as soon as we leave.
Dude.
But girls have a higher pain tolerance. I don't know. You know, they have to deal with bleeding once a month. They've had kids. Like, they're definitely a whole nother level of being able to handle pain compared to guys.
Yeah, that's fair.
Aside from, like, just screaming and drunken high clients, though, you can have just, like, really difficult clients to work with,
Yeah,
too.
I imagine that's gotta be.
Which sometimes could be worse, in my opinion.
And you want to make clients happy. Like, you
Yeah.
really do. You want them to have a design that they're happy with and excited for. But sometimes it's like that communication isn't there.
Yeah.
You know, you'll show them the design, and if it's not what they want, that's fine. But you talk to them and you try to like figure out, okay, well, do you want to do this? You want to change that? And sometimes people never really tell you exactly what they want.
You start to realize they don't know what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Or
that's where the problem lies.
how many, you know, when you've given every single possible option, redesigning, resizing, you know, doing all of this, but they're still not happy, they're not ready to get a tattoo. It was pretty much what I learned.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back to work.
Go ahead, yeah, get out of here.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming in.
No, it was awesome.
So then, all right. With that being said, then what's your most difficult person you've worked with? And obviously, like you guys said, with having to you're coming up with all these drawings, they're like, no, that's not what I'm thinking. Well, then what are you thinking? Or is it like we were talking about the person just sitting still? Because that was my first time seeing somebody ever like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. It stresses you out, and I was kind of mentioning it before, like, when someone's acting like that, you feel like you're trying your best to make them comfortable, make them happy, and so you're going to start cutting corners to make the tattoo process go by quicker, but now the tattoo doesn't potentially look as good as it possibly could if you were,
I will say, I think I'd rather deal with a client like that, because they actually want the tattoo and they are trying. Yeah, they just don't have the pain tolerance.
Yeah.
I would rather deal with a client like that than a client who isn't fully sold on wanting a tattoo, but comes in, sets up an appointment, and tries to get tattooed, but they're not really in it.
Yeah.
So then you're doing all this work to design something for them, and nothing is pleasing them because they're just not ready for a tattoo.
It's clear that those clients, for example, I had a client like that, and the original idea that was brought to me, and the idea that they booked for, and then the idea that I ended up drawing were 3 different tattoos. They brought to me one design, then came in, we set up an appointment for another design, completely different than that first design. And then I get a message a few days before their appointment that they want to change it completely. So then the design they walked through the door with was a completely different design than all of the other ones put together. And it's like, okay, so you're not really sure what you want then. And then that client, was
And
not happy with the placement, the sizing,
sometimes it's
nothing
wild
I
too,
could do.
because sometimes it's not the client. Sometimes it's someone in the client's life that has a lot of influence over the client.
True.
I've had clients who will come in and you can tell that they like the design, and you'll ask them, well, because they're hesitant, and you'll ask them, like, well, what is it about the tattoo that it's missing, or what is it about the design that you feel like it needs still? And they're like, I don't know, I'm not sure. And then there's other person will come in and look at it and say, well, what about this and that and this and that? And the person that's getting the tattoo will be like, yeah, what they said. And that's cool. Like, definitely, if you want to design,
it's always good to get friends' opinions.
Yeah, if you want advice from your friends, your family members, those are people that are trusted in your life. But to have them making every decision for you, this tattoo isn't going on them. This tattoo is going on you. And you want to be happy with the design, regardless of what they think. I mean, take what they say into consideration. But if, just because I like Mexican food doesn't mean she has to eat Mexican food.
True.
So your preferences are going to be different from other people's. And so if you're really happy with the design, regardless of what someone else says, you need to make that decision on whether or not you want it. And I would never get a tattoo that someone else is telling me to get because they like the design.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's fair.
people take their friends' advice too much on how to take care of their tattoos, too.
Oh, yeah.
I've had that happen before.
I'll give you an example. My buddy Dakota, who's, completely filled, right? And I'm like, yeah, I put Aquaphor on my tattoos because I like my shit to look good, right? And he, swears up and down. He's like, you don't ever need Aquaphor. I don't ever use it. I just use fucking lotion. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, dude, I'll do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not going to fucking listen to you just because you have every tat in my fucking
Everyone's body's different,
Thank
first
you.
of
Yeah.
all.
Thank
So
you.
Yeah.
if you
Thank
found a route that works better for you, so say lotion works better for him, he probably has dry ass skin and needs lotion.
Well, if he has lotion, he probably has more oily skin.
or more oily skin.
Yeah.
true.
Like I prefer lotion over Aquaphor, but that's because Aquaphor makes me break out.
Same.
See, and that's fair.
Yeah.
So
And that's something I think that's why you can get a tattoo from 6 different shops and they'll all tell you different ways to care for your tattoo, and it's because there's no one right way to care for your tattoo.
True.
Really the only person that would be able to give you definitive advice for the best way to take care of your skin is going to be a dermatologist. And it's because they're going to be able to be the one that looks at your skin and say, you have this type of skin, this is what you would need.
Right. Right, yeah, you got that eggs,
And so,
You need
right?
that
That's why I
medicated
tell like
lotion.
my clients, I don't tell them one specific brand to go with. I'll tell them a variety based on their skin type, and let them decide. Because the other thing is too, you know your skin type better than anyone else.
True.
You know if you break out super easy, or if your skin cracks and it's super dry, or if a lot of things irritate your skin. And so you're the one who's got to make that decision to know that, like, I can't use Aquaphor because I break out, or Jergens will never moisturize my skin enough, or this is going to burn my skin.
That's a good one. Jergens
At the
is
end of the
good.
day, if
I love
it's
Jergens.
non-perfume based, you're probably going to be safe with it.
Fair enough.
Now I had a gentleman ask me yesterday, which I need to find someone because I'm really interested to try this. I was up in Michigan at a weed festival yesterday, and this gentleman makes like a pain relieving balm.
Oh,
I've
And
heard of that.
It has all of the same things in it that our tattoo glides have, but it also has RSO oil in it. So I want to try and do like on one of my friends.
What's RSO?
RSO. So it is.
Isn't it kind of...
It's the entire plant ground down and then like juiced, and
It's super concentrated.
yeah.
So is RSO? Does it have THC in it?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's like
But-
you took the plant and you just ground it together and juiced
Okay.
the
But-
plant.
When I put this, now my mother-in-law uses it for her neuropathy. Like I use it for my back pain. It works instantly. Like I'm out of pain. It doesn't work for a long time, but I want to try using it as a tattoo.
I wonder
balm
if it would be... if
on-
there would be an
on
like
one of you guys.
an itch relief aspect to it, too.
I've
Oh,
used
yeah.
To keep people
CBD
from
oil on
itching
clients,
their
and
tattoos.
CBD oil works great. It doesn't like take the pain away, but it
brings down the
calms their skin
inflammation
down
a lot,
and it
yeah.
calms them down.
That's a good idea too.
Yeah, so like they're still able to feel it, but like some people, especially when you're working on bigger tattoos, you'll get to a point where their body just shakes. And it's just a natural response to the pain.
Mm-hmm.
And the CBD oil will actually help your body calm down and take that shaking away. Or if they have a lot of swelling and redness, it drops the swelling and redness down.
Nice.
So I mean, the RSO could potentially, as long as it's mixed with the other proper ingredients.
Should be fine.
Work.
Yeah, it's all organic stuff. Like I looked at it all. It matches up almost to a T to everything we have, minus some stuff that our tattoo balms have. So, I mean, the dude said I could eat it if I wanted to. You can cook with it if you want to, so you can ingest it. So why not try tattooing with
Probably
it?
just made with coconut oil.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
I think he said shea butter, like the cocoa butter that we've been using, which is awesome.
So this is a super.
Oh, which leads me to my next thing. I'm super excited to see what fucking comes in the mail tomorrow from Mad Rabbit.
Oh yeah, you got that. You got a special package coming.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I didn't order anything. I didn't pay for
They're sending
anything.
a gift.
Yeah, 22 pounds.
Of what?
I have no fucking clue.
Flashlights.
Yeah.
22 pounds, and it'll be delivered tomorrow.
It might be
from Mad
Glide.
Rabbit.
It's an apprentice. You're gonna open the box.
But 22 pounds of it?
The
That's
glides are heavy.
right.
Just how many ounces a piece are the glides?
5 ounces.
Okay.
16 ounces in a pound.
Yeah, so
So-
that's like 30 jars. Like, that's outrageous.
That'd
Hey.
be a full case.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm.
Yeah, it'd be cool if that was glide. I love their glide.
Oh man, you gotta shout them out then.
That's the heaviest thing they
right.
could send
well,
us.
that's
the
what
only
I'm
thing I can
that's
think
what
of.
I'm trying to think though. Like, is that like, but why? Why?
But they
did
launched a bunch
'Cause
of
they
new
love
products
us.
too recently. So that's why I'm thinking like, yeah, it might be a whole case of Glide, or it could be a whole package of a variety of things.
different things.
To-
Some new line
as-
that's coming out. You're
Yeah.
a valued customer. Please test this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
Absolutely
also have started.
Should do an unboxing
They
video.
do their own aftercare stuff now too. That they just dropped like 3 new
That's
aftercare things.
could do an unboxing
New.
video. Really easy.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of, I did tell them about the machines on the 2 machines that we copped. I did not specify where we got them or how much they cost. They will just know. But I told them we will hide them with the other machines, so no one will know.
Yeah, wrap them. Let's wrap them in condoms.
We're gonna pre-wrap them like all the way up to the
all
top,
the way to the top.
and so we can't know like the
But
the
here
shape
was
of it or whatever.
here was my point to Braxton earlier. I feel like fake skin doesn't do justice to really know
Now
how.
that is
no.
on you guys. You guys
So
make that decision.
we might need a human canvas and break it up into fourths.
Yeah, she was talking about having a little bit of a
Any client want a free tattoo?
A fourth of it's this machine, this machine, this machine.
Well, we'll need 4
and then-
clients. We need 4 clients,
No,
4 tattoos. We're
a
all.
fourth of the tattoo. could
Yeah,
be
but we're
one.
all gonna do a tattoo. We all gotta rate them.
So
Yeah.
that's where,
So 4,
What
so
if we
4
tattoo
tattoos, but they're
ourselves?
all.
fuck that. Tattoos hurt.
Yeah, I know. They do.
I'm in. I don't care.
Exactly. You got my back. You got my legs.
I trust you.
I don't know
all
that
you
we
guys.
need to do 4 different tattoos. I think we could do one larger tattoo and have
Haven't
sections.
sectioned it off.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm saying that, but like, we all are gonna tattoo, and then we're all gonna use 4 machines or 3
Yeah.
machines or however many machines.
Yeah.
All on the same person. Like we all
Yeah.
have a corner to do of this tattoo,
And then divide that corner into.
and then in that
eighths.
no, in that
Eighths
part
of tattoos.
you've got
Done.
the 4 different you've got 4 different machines,
Yeah.
and you use those 4 machines in your corner that makes up the whole piece,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
you
we'll
figure
rate it.
out
I see.
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys could do it in different stages too. You could do it with fake skin to get a general idea.
No,
of the
fuck
machine.
that. Fake skin's bullshit.
It's not-
There's
it's
there's
not
no-
accurate at all.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I think-
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Like,
Fake
like
skin,
fake
it's like
skin.
tattooing
How
rubber.
the tattoo's gonna come out. I'm talking about the basic function of the machine.
But
because
Yeah.
you can
fake
feel
skin
it.
fake skin is nothing
Yeah.
like tattooing a real person.
Honestly, like
I know that they give us these silicone fucking things,
They're-
but
they suck.
the way that goes in is nothing like a real
Most
person.
machines are all adjustable, like
But
voltage
my
and
whole
stuff.
thing on it was just like hand feel and stuff like that. I'm not talking about.
But
how well it
it
comes
doesn't matter. We're not gonna have hand
but at
feel
that
because
point,
we're
so
wrapping
at
them
that
up so
point, we
much
could use.
that you're not gonna because all pens have different shapes
Yeah.
and grip sizes, so we have to wrap them up big enough.
That
Yeah,
can't
if it was
tell.
To
from an
hide that.
ergonomic standpoint, we could probably just they make pen cartridges, and then you could get a feel for the ergonomics through a
What
pen
about
cartridge.
what about like pig skin?
Well, let's not be inhumane here.
It's not
It's not
No,
inhumane if
you can go to a
butcher's.
butcher and buy pig skin.
I don't know.
simple.
Well, I think if we do
I don't
that,
think Haley
just
wants to tattoo a pig.
I
It's the closest to human
No,
skin.
I guarantee we could have a client come in and get a 4-person collaboration. Like I think someone would be so down for
yeah,
that.
we're
Yeah,
not
for
charging. We're gonna use
Yeah.
as a testing opportunity. But within when we stencil it, we'll just have markers on our stencil.
Redo Miklo's back, dude.
Maybe
Look at
even
him.
little dotted lines.
No, it's got to be something fresh. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to redo something. You
Oh,
want to
no,
have
trust
a.
me, there's like nothing there.
Oh yeah, that's almost
little
nothing.
dotted
Have you ever
lines,
seen it?
sectioning it
It's
into
bad.
fourths,
Jordan?
and then into
You have.
fourths within those.
I can't remember it though.
So everyone has an area to make sure they use each machine into 4.
Like I said,
There's like
Oh yeah, it's gone.
There's like
It's
nothing.
fresh skin.
Yeah. Dude, you can just do whatever.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know.
We should make just a post
I use
about
Do
it.
make sure that they would
Lex
be
got-
comfortable being on camera, being
For sure.
recorded.
yeah.
Like those have to be like it's not just a free tattoo. You're also being recorded at the same time, and you need to be okay with that.
Yeah.
It's true.
So when I was at Lex's shop, he got Amazon's Dragon Hawk pen or whatever their generic thing is, and just to try it out, it runs just as well as.
Well,
a
that's
Flux
what I'm
Max.
hearing is that
I was
it's
just
the
saying,
same
kids
thing.
do- Linus Tech Tips does it all the time, where it's just like this is Amazon's select, so like their pushed versions of products. Like, do an entire setup how you would do the setup, and then do an entire setup using only what Amazon recommends, and
Yeah.
see how the two are different.
I mean, granted, they probably do run the same. Like, if I had to guess, they probably do run the same. I still prefer to support tattoo companies versus Amazon.
Well,
Yeah,
it's also,
absolutely.
it's like with the tech industry. Just because something costs more doesn't mean it's going to be better.
Yeah.
Like, they have 5090 cards out there for sale right now that are $6,000 that do the same exact job as one for $1,000.
Right.
Exactly, dude.
It's
that
the same shit.
Yeah.
But
that $60 pen has the same Maxon motor FKR and just put a nice fucking pearly-escent coat on it and a different dildo machine shape. And that's exactly
They
what
do
makes
kinda look
these
like
fucking.
dildos.
But you
I
take
think
them
they look like
apart.
lightsabers.
I have
That's what we
taken
call
3
them,
different
lightsabers.
machines apart. It is all the same fucking Maxon motor. It is the same guts. Every single fucking machine has the same guts.
Well, put it to the test.
I have one. I have a machine that I bought from Peak. Cheyenne has a machine that she got from another company, and then I've got the one that I got from you from Electrum, and the battery fucking is interchangeable for 3 different companies. You're gonna tell me that it's not the same setup? It's 100%. Like, that's why they're so.
I think
That's
at
the
that
same thing
point,
happened
it's
with
like,
the
what
Vegas.
company do you want to support
It was all the same
with the
shit.
Right.
cost? Because sometimes the cost, like, and I'm not sure because I haven't really researched any of the companies with their ethics and whatnot, but sometimes, like, I will support companies based on if they're paying their employees better. I'll pay an extra $100 for a machine or this or that if I know they appropriately take care of their employees. That's why Starbucks
Straight
charges
up.
more for their coffee, because they pay their employees appropriately versus Dunkin' Donuts, who is still paying minimum wage.
And that's why I fuck with Electrum right here in Elkhart, Indiana. They're tattooer owned and based. They're quality stuff. They care about their employees. They care about the people they sell to.
That's something that's been so
Rob
strong in the
Smead,
tattoo
the
industry.
the owner of Electrum himself, came out and said, "Fuck everybody. We're eating tariff costs, and we're not raising our prices." Now that is a fucking move. You know what I'm saying? That right there makes me want to help support him because he's eating the cost of it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see, you should reach out to him to come on here and talk. He can do it.
Oh, for sure. He's got his own podcast that he's started. But yeah, I would love to have him on
I said he
anytime.
can do it
But
from
yeah,
home. I could send him a collab cam link. He just has his own webcam or cell phone.
Yeah.
because dude, the shit that this dude's doing in the industry, not like he's now created his own pigment or powder-based pigment with Electrum. That's really nice.
And those are people that care about the industry and the longevity of the industry, and those are the people you want to support. Some of these like larger companies, like, yeah, they might be able to produce it for cheaper, or they might be able to put a really cool paint job on it. But if they're just trying to take your money and make a quick buck off you and don't care about the end product, like, do you really want to support that?
Right.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Electrum's going to be more successful because more people are going to support them because they ate the tariff costs, rather than a company that's just going to charge more. But we're also in a day and age in this world of we're going to support whoever puts the coolest shit out. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad to say that everybody wants the coolest, but the coolest isn't always the best.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I care about the safety of my clients, and they use like a triple walled membrane, so no ink pops back. Like I have not personally had an Electrum cartridge bust on me. FYT, I've had a few of theirs go.
I think Kyle had one bust recently, but he said that even though it busted, just the needle portion broke.
Yeah,
like
it was-
the where it was like to push it back and forward.
Yeah.
But it didn't have the ink shoot back into his pen.
Right.
And that's something you got to look forward, because if that fucking shoots back in your pen, you might as well throw that thing away.
Yeah,
because
there's no way to clean that.
There's no way to clean the inside of your fucking pen.
Yes.
throw it away. No, because with all the lube and everything, and once you take the sleeve off of it, it's just a fucking motor
Yeah.
and a bar that you gotta lube up. Like, if you looked at it, you'd be like, dude, let's make let's make dildos, because
Dildos and fleshlights.
it's that simple.
You
You know what I'm saying? But here's my thing. I've bought fucking almost every style of pen out there to try them in line with, and I'm right back to needle on bar for lining, because these pens, they permeate too much. Like, they don't put it in.
What was the one that you bought though that you were like, yeah, I gotta get this right away? It was
Bishop?
you
The
did it with
Bishop.
This one was that
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. And at first it was great, but I don't know. I've seen some of my tattoos come back with it, and I'm just not happy with how the line work looks versus the Dan Cuban that I used at the convention. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference.
Oh, you're a pimple there, oh shit.
You know, but I don't know. I feel like, but it's all personal preference on what you're doing. You know, because the pens are good for certain things. Like if you're using like a 3 or a 5 liner, there's less movement. There's less, like if you're using a 3 or a 5 on a needle bar, there's a lot of room for wiggling.
Yeah.
To where on a cartridge you're only dealing with this much, you know, an inch, maybe half an inch of play, you know, so there's less room for there to be movement of the needle. So you get a cleaner line, I think, with cartridges. And I'll be the first to say it. I do soft black and gray only with a pen. I can't do it with a coil machine. Like, I don't. It's nice because you can deliver such a soft hit. Yeah, I mean, you could build a coil machine to do the same thing, but it's all about what makes you comfortable as a tattooer. You know, I don't think anybody should shame anybody for using whatever type of instrument, as long as you're putting out good tattoos.
Yeah, if you get the job
Yeah.
done and well, I don't think the instrument should fucking matter. Right? It's really
Right, at
skills
the end of the
the
day,
artist.
it's a tool.
Yeah.
That always kind of baffles me. There's always such a great divide with the whole pen coil debate. Of you have some artists that will bash intensely on pens, and vice versa, bash intensely on coils, say they're outdated, this, that, and at the end of the day, it's a tool. It's, you know, use the tool that gets the job done.
But here's my thing though, and this is something really cool that brings back to, now that you did that machine building class with DJ, I feel like you have a better knowledge of how to fix a coil machine, to where a pen, if that motor goes out, I don't know how to fix a motor. You know what I'm saying? But with a coil machine, you remember how we were testing to see if the coils, you know, because there's connection points. There's so many ways you can troubleshoot a coil machine. I like that you can work on your own equipment and customize it more. And that's what I like about coils too, you know?
Yeah. Which, I mean, I don't know, I guess if you really wanted to, though, you probably could. The problem is that I think most people don't know how to deal with pens and fix them, is they're so freaking expensive that no one wants to risk taking it apart and not being able to put it back together. The coils are so much more affordable that if you fuck up a coil and can't put it back together, worst case, you have a project machine now that you can play with and learn how to properly tweak and play with it, you know?
Yeah. Just like these guys telling me, you know, buy a base computer and then you can fucking upgrade all the inside parts, you know what I'm saying? To get it to the sweetness that's perfect for you. You know, and I think that's what people need to do, is focus on what helps make them make a better tattoo. You know what I'm saying? And it's not always the machine. Sometimes you just got to slow down, work on your technique, you know?
Right.
It's
yeah,
not
'cause-
always machine error. It's you, like, because Kyle has the same machines that I do, and he'll sit there and he'll watch me put in color, and he'll be like, "How do you do that?" I'm like, "The same way, you just gotta make
say
sure." you're-
majority of it is user error.
Yeah.
When
Yeah, it's
people
probably like a 60-40.
Yeah.
Like 60% 40% machine. Maybe
But
20.
like, still to this day, when I got tattooed by Sketchy Lawyer, bro, I was like this the entire time he was tattooed because I wanted to see what he does different than I do. You know what I'm saying? And dude, he tattooed literally the same way that I feel like I tattoo. But then I look at like when Alex did my leg, he did that completely different than how I tattoo. You know, so it's
but
so
it looks just as good.
yeah, 100%.
And I think that's it too. Is it's just figuring out a way that works for you as an artist, that you know the tattoo is going to be, like, done properly and heal properly.
True.
Alrighty, we've kind of been going on, but yeah, let's talk about some important things coming up.
Blow job.
September 6th, Saturday, September 6th, we have a blood drive here at Bluebird Tattoo. You get signed up. On
25 spots.
32 spots. We have
32.
32 spots available.
32.
I got a feeling they're gonna fill up. They're gonna fill up quickly. And then also Haley, she's going away for a guest spot. What days?
Yes, I'll be gone July 15th through 18th. I'll be at A Darker Path, Aaron Peters' shop in Cherville. So I'll be making a post about that here in the next few days, to try and fill up the little bit of availability I have left.
And while she's gone, we have a guest artist coming in, a homie that we met in Cincinnati at the tattoo convention. Fitz, he's from Illinois, about 2 hours away. So still very able to get tattooed by him. Like if you get something started while you're here, while he's here, I'm sure he'll be coming back too. He's a really cool dude. But yeah, I'm excited to have him in the shop with us. He does a lot of realism. He's actually kind of a well-rounded artist altogether. I feel he does a little bit of everything, so I think he's gonna fit in pretty good here. But yeah, that's the upcoming guest spots that we have. And if you're watching this and you want a guest spot at the shop, always reach out. We're always looking to have a new little bluebird join the flock for a week or whatever.
We
You
now
like
have
that?
a revolving station for our guest artists. So
Yes.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Uh,
Hey, gay, straight,
that
we
was
like them
cute.
all.
I liked that.
Little bluebird.
Join the flock.
I did like
Yeah.
that too. I was like, oh, that's a pretty
No,
good.
that was good.
You know, it was a little bit off the top of my head right there.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you in a week. Bye.
Just me close. Bye.